What's up, guys? So I just wanted to make a very short and quick update. For those of you who do follow my Instagram, you know that my dyno results weren't what I expected them to be, and my car is not running as it should be. On my trip down to South Carolina, I was getting about 20 miles per gallon highway, and it was about the same on the trip back home to Pittsburgh. I suspected that something was wrong, not necessarily with the tune, because it ran okay after having the tune. It's just something that so slowly has picked up in the last week, honestly. So I know some people have been saying, you know, get a boost leak check. Moore did all of that right before I went up to Innovative, which was about a month ago. Everything checked out. They did a leak down test, a compression test, a smoke test, all that stuff, and everything was good to go. Upon returning to Pittsburgh, I had them do another boost check to see if there's any leaks. Again, everything checked out 100%. So I did have a boost leak done, and everything was good to go. But this is something that has just popped up in the last week or so. Prior to that, my car has been running perfectly fine. So I know I just put out a dyno video about what to check before you go. I didn't really have any indications that my car was not running as it should be, and it's something that really just developed mostly on the trip down there. And I didn't realize it until I got down there. I was at the dyno the very next day after driving down. So it's something that just popped up out of nowhere, and I have my suspicions of what it may be, so I'm going to show you right now. I suspect that it is this bypass valve. This is a Perrin full recirculating bypass valve, which I only went with because right now it seems like the bypass valves that are on the market are very limited for this engine anyway, for the EJ. I know the FA20 has some options they're coming out with, but anyway, this is the bypass valve that I have. I had an issue with my previous bypass valve, which was already on the car when I purchased it. So it's not like I went from a stock bypass valve to this. My previous valve was a Turbo XS bypass valve, which was also leaking, and it was actually leaking internally. On the Turbo XS valve, the way it works is your valve is only sealed by the very, very tight clearances. So you have a metal piston inside of a metal housing, and there are no gaskets or O-rings. It's just based on that clearance, which you have to grease it every oil change, I believe they recommend, which I was not doing. I wasn't even aware of that. I'm sure whoever installed the valve probably wasn't doing that either. So my previous valve would leak, but it would only leak when it was hot, and I suspect a different issue with this valve. I've noticed that it actually is kind of tweaked here, and you could move this back and forth, which I don't believe it's supposed to be that way. I haven't had my car all summer, so I really don't recall if it ever did that before, but I don't think it's supposed to, and I don't remember it ever doing that. So I suspect that what has happened is, now that it does that, sometimes it leaks and sometimes it doesn't, which is the issue that I'm having. Sometimes boost comes in hard like it should, or almost like it should, and other times it comes in not at all. I could be at 5 grand and I'll punch it and it still doesn't come in at all. So I definitely suspect a boost leak somewhere. Everything that I have indicates a boost leak, even though it has come back negative. But what I suspect is that this valve is to blame. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an engineer, so I really don't know. I can't say 100%, but I do suspect this is the culprit, and I suspect that it may be leaking internally, so there's no smoke actually coming out to the actual atmosphere that you could see on a boost leak check or anything like that. So after the holidays, I'm probably going to have more look at this. They actually looked at the car yesterday for like 2 hours. Couldn't find anything, but now that I've noticed this valve is loose, I'm going to see if I could swap in even a factory bypass valve temporarily and see if that resolves my issue. And if it does, then I will know that this is the issue and I will go ahead and buy a new one. One other thing that I've noticed with this valve is, if you can see it, it's kind of difficult. On the back, it's all marred up and scratched, and I've noticed that it is contacting the hood right here on my top mount intercooler shroud. There's really no scratches, but it is clearly rubbing. So I'm thinking that my hood and the pressure of that and the vibrations and everything is what caused this to come loose and not seal like it should. There are small Allen screws here and a little nut that is supposed to keep this body attached to the flange. But after doing some research, I have read on the forums of a couple guys who have had issues with this, where it has loosened up over time or vibrated loose. And one guy said that he was actually driving and the whole body of this bypass valve came off the car and just separated. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to me. I'm going to get it replaced soon, or fixed. Hopefully this is my issue and it's a very simple fix. But that's what I suspect at this point. So I think that's might be my issue. I'm really not sure. I'm not trying to throw around blame and say it's this part or it's that part or it's the tune. At this point, I don't know. I don't suspect the tune because I didn't have any issues previously. One thing that I am a little bit concerned about is if this started to separate slightly while he was tuning it. I am concerned that maybe some of the parameters changed while he was tuning and he adjusted for that. So whenever I put a new one on that seals like it should, I'm concerned that that might need to be reaccounted for. I'm not real sure. I'm not putting any blame on the tuner or anything like that. It's just one of those things that pops up with a modified car that you always got to be watching out for. So it seems like there's always something, whether it's big or small. But I just wanted to give you guys this little update and show you what's going on with the car. So I will post in this video my dyno results from the tune that I had down in South Carolina. I'm sorry, not the tune, the dyno pulls. Anthony actually did 5 pulls. I only videotaped one of them because the car wasn't running right, basically. But that being said, I will post the results of that at the end of this video so you could see. I don't remember off the top of my head what my car made, but it is not what it's supposed to be. The car is not running right. The power band is not even smooth. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little update, and I'll try and keep you posted. If you really want to keep in touch with what's going on with the car, my Instagram is the best thing, which I'm going to put right here. And I post most of my stuff on Instagram long before it hits YouTube because I don't have to, you know, edit it and render it and export it and upload it and stuff, which can take hours. So if you really want to stay up to date, you should definitely follow my Instagram. I also have a Facebook page, which I'm going to post here, which my link is going to be in the description. But make sure you follow those because I post to those a lot more than I do on YouTube. But this is my update. I hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully found why Aurora isn't running right now. And I need to get that fixed ASAP. Of course, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so I'm kind of, you know, my hands are tied for that. But as soon as the holidays are over, I probably will be looking into a new bypass valve. So if you guys have any recommendations on bypass valves and what you use and what you've had good luck with, let me know. The only thing that I ask is that you actually have experience with the valve. I don't want like, oh, my buddy's friend's brother's boyfriend, whatever. Maybe not boyfriend, but you get what I'm saying. You know, oh, my uncle's so-and-so used this valve and it was great. Or please don't be like, oh, I just bought this valve yesterday and it's awesome, I could tell it's quality, but I haven't installed it yet, because to me that isn't a review. So if you have experience and time with bypass valves, let me know what you like and what you prefer. Right now I am looking at the Cobb XLE bypass valve. I am looking for a full recirc bypass valve because that's what I'm tuned for. So if you have any suggestions or opinions, please let me know, and I'll catch you guys later.